Sanat Kumara. O flaming ones, as I enter into the atmosphere of the planetary body, carrying with me the holy love of the gracious Lady Venus, I am mindful of the contacts which I had with some of you long ago. I am mindful of the power of the precious love star upon the planetary effluvia. I am mindful of the brilliance of that star as its magnitude is contrasted with the lesser lights of human aspirations. And I view now within the temple of my being the great record of hope for and on behalf of this planet. It is little known and scarce remembered in the dim perceptions of mankind, the great love of the mighty divine forces which have sustained as well as created this blessed orb of light upon which you dwell. Mankind, entering the portals of birth, are scarcely made aware of the transcendent opportunity which enfolds them. Oh, if they would but open the eyes of their inner consciousness to behold the power of the love star alone, it in its transcendence would raise them and focalize for all men upon the planetary body the power of God in its transcendent outpouring, enabling men to assess their opportunities and evaluate life in a different manner. The unfortunate factors of mankind's existence relating to economic strategies employed in the labor markets of the world has not afforded mankind enough opportunity, is the cry of some. And yet I am certain that all those whose heart's yearning has reached a point of desire great enough, there has been given the opportunity to cut them free and bring forth within the consecration of their own force field the realities of heaven. It is not needful that mankind should manifest a tremendous outward appearance of wealth, and yet we are not opposed to it. But I would call to your attention the manifestation of many avatars which has occurred at the hour of their birth in conditions far less than opulence. And yet the treasures of infinity were locked within the God power of their existence, the power which fashioned them begin to express itself very early in their lives. And so it came to pass that those around them observed carefully the manifestation of a very peculiar quality in the eyes of mankind. It was a light behind the light of the eye, a firmness in the step which knew in consciousness whither it was going. It was a passion for the holy yet simple things of life, which mounted in fervor and released power to heal those who were oppressed. All of this manifested in the consciousness of beloved Jesus. And it came to pass that as he moved in the carpenter's shop of Nazareth, that all of his acts were acts of grace and sweet perfection. And yet, this is no myth. But it is not a myth that the same immortal God flame, resident within the temple of his being, abides also within all upon this planetary body, and the mighty threefold flame of life, which brought to fruition the marvelous attainments of a God-free being in him and in others of the ascended host, abides today to set all upon earth free. I am come today to once again infuse you with the power of light and the power of love and the power of God that is within yourselves. For it is only by your own precious acceptance of the radiance of your divine self that you shall be enabled to rise out of the mass consciousness and obtain, through the power of victory, your own attainment. Art thou he that should come, or look we for another? Was spoken unto him, and his ringing words, spoken in return, go down and assert the record of cosmic power. I am he. I am he. I am he. When mankind, recognizing and asserting the power of their own mighty I am presence within the temple and force field of their being, will resist evil by declaring forthrightly, I am he, recognizing the manifestation of the God flame within them to take dominion over all outer conditions, there will come into manifestation of that Sheila the God qualities of freedom and immortality. Mankind, through the power of contagion, have accepted the lesser role from one another, and they have insisted on reinforcing this role in one another's consciousness by the pointed finger of scorn. The exhibition of human creation and hate in the pointed finger is ever directed back at the one pointing it at another. For all life is one, and it is in pointing the finger to the ascended masters and recognizing their attainment and aspiring to go and do thou likewise, that mankind shall set this sweet earth free. Do you know the wonder of this earth? Layer upon layers of starry substance impregnated with holy and precious essences of God's own body. The world of light and form, molded and fabricated in a framework of immortal substance, held in wondrous God design by the mighty Elohim of creation, and affording an opportunity for the races of creation to win their freedom over substance and self, is magnificent in its wrought design and in that which it shall be. we of Venus, in our own consummate love for the people of this planet, are directing this day a mighty cosmic light ray upon the planet Earth to accelerate the action of cosmic power and freedom among mankind, that they may discover those things which are done in secret by those individuals who are misleading the people of the world. And therefore I am, by the infinite power of holy and cosmic love radiating through the consciousness of mankind and keying in accordance with a specific design, a cosmic action related to K-17's realm of discovery, a specific action initiated this day which will enable the truth concerning the secret actions of men done consciously and practiced in order to deceive, will be discovered and released in greater abundance than ever before, so that the integrity of the gods may be developed upon this planet as a method through the governmental orders of this planet, whereby from the top down to the bottom of the individualized social strata, the power of holy truth may be manifested. We create then this day an action upon your planetary body which is for the purpose of the perfectionment of the planet. The religious action of this planet has been intensified, and now we release into the political world an action to bring about greater understanding and create higher standards of perfection. This is fitting and proper that we do this, for the calls of mankind have actuated a response from the heart of God. This response, this cosmic action, is that for which you have called. Quite frequently, mankind are not aware of that for which they ask, or of that which they ought to ask for, and hence, in the darkness of their own mind and consciousness, at times full of despair, as they perceive the weight of personal karma set against them and recognize the oppression and strands of darkness woven into the planetary body, through wrong thought and feeling, they are inclined to wander away from the action of the cosmic light. Let this cease. O beloved ones, purify the mighty eye of God within your consciousness. You must understand that which I am speaking to you. You must understand that the eye of God is of course pure, but it is your use of the eye of God within you which you must purify. And therefore I say to you, recognize the patterns of life's perfection around you. Recognize the patterns of life's perfection within you. Recognize the dominion of love. When you pay allegiance to human discord and say, this is a power, you are in some way or another taking from yourself the very treasures and vestments of eternity. When you pay allegiance to the great God flame within you, the I am, the truth of being, you are having added to yourselves the blessings God intends. No mere words released alone, without the pressure of light behind them, will be able to give you the necessary impetus to overthrow the idols of tyranny which have far too long been exalted upon the hills of humanity. Mankind have set up in full view the power of Caesar, the power of human triumph, the power of mortality. Move backward to the strata of the earth in its form before it was habitable. Consider the energy in this vast ball, this vast sphere. Consider the glory and the wonder with which the world was originally imbued and endowed. Recognize in the manifestation of the flowers which bring delight to your heart the mighty essential fragrance which flooded the first golden age. Recognize also the meaning of gifts of flower offerings to one another. Consider how there is a charge of precious love substance in the gift of floral offerings to one another. Consider then how that even without the flower symbol, the gift of love to one another bears a fragrance between hearts. Consider then our offering today as an action of divine love to cut mankind free. Those who are not familiar with cosmic action may not realize that which is transpiring as I am speaking to you today. But those who are familiar with cosmic action will recognize the need for the great God power at certain points in the cyclic records to assert a specific dominion in the consciousness of mankind in order to mark well before them the possibilities of opportunity. It is through their acceptance of the role then given, it is through their acceptance of the mighty tide of light that the civilizations of the world come forth robed in greater understanding. And as this understanding permeates the entire structure of the planet, in the newness of life of which the people of this earth are capable, there is a revitalizing and an essential release of immortal substance into the fabric of the body of God, insomuch so that the wholeness then manifesting becomes a source of perpetual joy. At the present time upon the planetary body, the very music is frequently such as though someone were to crash a symbol of discord to jar hearts around the world. And the youth of the world are trained in the beat of this discord, preferring it to the marvelous angelic releases and the subtle qualities released through Saint Germain's efforts, through musicians who abode upon this planet not too long ago, as you reckon time. The very subtle tones of beauty, the marvelous releases which have thrilled and delighted the hearts of many, ought to be enjoyed by the masses of humanity. And yet the jungle beat of human discord yet floods forth to wreak its havoc and destruction among mankind. The great power of the love star must be utilized and called into action to affect the music upon this planet in the hearts of its people. We welcome the release of this information on the nefarious action of cigarettes, released in your newspapers, as a signal to alert the people. But there is a crying need for more, much more, that is practiced as a network of deceit upon mankind that must be released in order that the fabric of freedom may be woven from the hearts of the people now occupying the planet. Beloved ones, consider for a moment how that you individually come forth through the portals of birth and occupy your place upon this planetary body for a brief span and then step through the veil once again. Consider then the drama that was here before you were, and that drama which shall be after you have stepped through. Can you individually afford to neglect the opportunities which are presented to you? Bear well in mind that your opportunities are multiplied by your collective service to the great light. I would point out to you the words of the Christ, "He that would be great among you, let him become the servant of all." And therefore there is not one in this room, nor one upon this planet, that could not render a service of magnitude on behalf of the entire earth. You may say to me this morning, "Beloved Sanat Kumara, this we cannot do, for we have not the talents." I say to you, you can at least pray for the entire earth, if you can do nothing else. And I think through the power of prayer, you will discover that there is more, much more that you can do for and on behalf of the earth. And do you know, blessed ones, as you begin to turn within, asking yourself what you can do for mankind, and then turn without, extending hands of loving service to mankind, you will be multiplying your own powers of accomplishment and attainment. And this will flood forth through the entire social structure until all of the foundation stones of past ages will find a temple beautiful rising in the structure of the present age. The wonderful substance of immortality woven into that structure, and the necessary requirements of the hour will be brought forth by the powers of heaven. Here upon our planetary home, where the tones of love are those tones to which we have grown accustomed, and where discord does not manifest, we long, as we gaze across the starry reaches of space between our orbs, to see the earth reflect greater light. It is not the light generated by electric power that we desire to see twinkling in the sky. It is the light of your hearts, as divine love is multiplied, that we desire to see. For do you know that the power of love can generate a tangible action of light that will flood forth from this planet, the earth, into space, until all beholding the earth in the sky, as we do, will acclaim the wondrous attainments of the people of the earth and say, "Behold the earth, the Christ light floods forth from the earth. It wells up like a great well from the depths of the hearts of its people. Behold in the sky, it is a nova, a new star. The substance of immortality blazes there. the earth has at last attained, and cosmic neighbors of which you know not will rejoice in their hearts, and pointing to your starry home declare, at last they are free. At last the triumph of the ages begun long ago has come to fruition. At last the earth has ascended into the heart of love. O beloved ones, the historical turmoil into which a young babe is born, the sullied garments of the past, and all of the present distress must abate. It must shrink in dimension until it occupies no space at all. And the power of love must issue forth from the Garden of Eden within the heart of man. There, at the conjunction of the four rivers, there must flow forth north, east, west, and south the streams of triumph, the water of life, for which all thirst must be given to all. And when this is done, the hearts of the masters will rejoice. The hearts of the angelic host will rejoice. And all who have ever served this planet, down to the tiniest elemental, fabricating the etheric form for a blade of grass upon which your feet rest so lightly, will feel the flame of perfection blazing there. You do not now know, nor will some of you know for some time to come, what it means to ensoul the body of a planet. You do not know what it means to rule in the spiritual hierarchy. You do not know what it means to feel the love of God that flows from points of light in interstellar space. But you shall know. You shall know, for I set before you the goals that shall be fulfilled. Your fulfillment of those goals is an opportunity not to be forgotten ever. To forget it is to lose your destiny patterns of immortality. Immersion in the idle talk of the hour will not produce your perfection. But to hear our words, to feel our vibratory action, and to turn to the God flame within your being and assert the dominion of that flame into the tangible reality, the breathing perfection of the moment. This is life, because it is life drawn from within out, the spinning of the golden thread to produce upon the loom of the present hour the fabric of the golden age. This must come from the heart, not from idle wheels, for the cycles pass, or from idle looms, for the warp and woof are being created. Must mankind continue to weave shadowed substance into the fabric of the hours? Can they not forsake the misqualification of centuries? I believe in you. I believe in you, for I see your God flame. I see the God flame of all. It does not matter how encrusted. It does not matter the extent of your human creation. If you will consciously turn to the greater light and make the simplest call of which your hearts are capable, it will commence the action. And then, if you will keep on keeping on, bearing in mind that eternity is worlds without end, and your freedom is essential to progress, you shall win. We decree it. O people of earth, we shall soon return our vibratory action to its rightful sphere. The assistance we have given your planet this day shall remain, for the action of the ray that we have called forth shall not fail. The responsibility continues to be yours, for all who bear the breath and flame of life within them, whether outwardly conscious of it or not, have pledged in solemn convocation before the lords of karma a certain action of perfection ere they were ever presented into the world of form. That broken pledges stand before them does not mean that these pledges cannot be mended and welded by the power of love. With God all things are possible. With man cooperating with God, all things are possible. On behalf of the Lady Master Venus and those of our band upon this planet, we send forth our love. On behalf of the great angel Deva that is before me, ensouling the thought of the people of Venus, I send forth my starry radiance. On behalf of the secret love star of our planet, I say, let it blaze and blaze and blaze, and let the earth feel that pulsation now and know the meaning of love in truth. O substance of the golden age, descend. I thank you, and before the holy Kumaras, bid you a gentle adieu.